Today is the first step in what will be my biggest adventure so far. I'm flying to Vietnam, where I'll be spending the next few weeks travelling south from Hanoi to Ho Chi Minh City, before flying to Tokyo, where I'll be spending a few days there. However, before all of that, I've got a long travel day ahead of me, with 2 flights and a 3-hour connection in Dubai before I make it to Vietnam. So without further ado, here we go! So I made it to Dubai. The first half of my flights to Hanoi is done. I've got another 7-hour flight next. Whoopie-doo! But hey, I can't complain. Again, these Emirates, and although I said earlier on the plane that the flight felt like it was taking ages, after I said that, the rest of the flight went really quick, so hopefully the second one will go just as quick. I mean, I wish I could sleep on planes like some people can, but I just can't, so I'm going to be awake for the whole thing. So I'll be very tired when I get to Hanoi. And that is day 1 out of day 33, 34, done dusted. I admit it was a bit of a slow start to the trip, but considering I didn't sleep well last night, and I'm still kind of tired from the previous 2 days of travelling all the way here, I think that's probably why I didn't do a lot. But honestly, I've had a great first impression of Hanoi so far, and after I got over my nerves of crossing any road in this city, it was really nice to just walk around and see how things are, just see people going about their daily business and spotting a few of the fancy buildings, and as I probably mentioned, seeing the water puppet show, which was, again, honestly, really good. But honestly, hopefully tomorrow I'll have a lot more energy so I can see more of Hanoi than I did today, and yeah. And with that, on to day number 2. So buy a lot of the shrine incense burners built into the side of these little pagodas here. There's quite a few bottles of water that have been left out. And you can see some more over there in these little ones. And I know I shouldn't assume anything, but I'm assuming that these are offerings of clean water being made to certain gods and deities. Like, again, don't hold me to that. I need to do more research really to be more understanding of this. But it appears to be an offering of fresh water made to gods. So the more you know. So I'm currently heading over to the Fan Long Imperial Citadel because that closes in just over an hour, and I actually slept in today, so I started pretty late in the day again. So I'm going to that next because I really want to see that, and it closes in an hour, whereas there's a few other things I can walk around and see that don't close, so that's my plan. But I have a lot of roads to cross, and honestly, after today and yesterday, Vietnamese roads are starting to scare me a little bit. Like, I'm a nervous driver in the UK, but I don't think I could even get behind the wheel of anything here, because I just don't think I could handle it. I mean, props to Vietnamese drivers, because they seem so just good at getting around, but being a UK driver, it's just like, what the hell do I do? Just, I wouldn't know what to do if I was on the road in Vietnam, so yeah. So I'm pretty sure I'm in the grounds of the Imperial Citadel now, but it's a bit confusing because the ticket office is on the other side of the road, and there are a lot of buildings that aren't quite the age of the original Citadel, so I'm kind of just finding my way around, and hopefully I'll run into it, because it's got to be somewhere in the grounds, hopefully. This is the Princess Pagoda, or Hao Lao, or I've probably pronounced that wrong though. So I'm pretty sure I've found what constitutes a citadel, but there is just hundreds of school children here as well, so I'm having to walk through crowds of kids to get around now. We've got this huge glass floor covering obviously some sort of pathway that they've been excavating down there, and from the looks of it, it runs, well, if it still existed, it would have run right underneath where I'm standing now. And as we can see, it looks like they've got even more archaeological digs going on at the moment. There was obviously some huge complex down there that this was once a part of, and that bit, sadly, only the foundations remain. So the Citadel is about to close now. Although I didn't get to see everything here that I wanted, I'm still pretty happy with what I managed to do in the hour and a bit that I was actually able to explore the site. I mean, again, the best thing that I was able to see is that. And honestly, I really like just looking at that, and it's just an amazing piece of architecture, really, and it's really good that it's been preserved all these years. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't actually as busy with school kids as I thought, though the pathway was, but luckily getting up there and around there, it was a bit quieter, so it was a lot easier to see it. But then again, the school kids are really nice to me, and about 3 or 4 of them just stopped and said hi to me, so that was nice, I guess. So I am absolutely shattered after today, which is ironic considering I've only spent about half the day actually out. The rest of the day has been at home because, as I said earlier, I overslept. So I didn't get a full day here, but in like the few hours I was out, I managed to absolutely just ruin whatever energy I had when I woke up earlier. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm still dealing with jet lag a bit, but you can't complain too much because I got to see some really nice things around Hanoi today, like the Imperial Citadel, the Tran Quoc Pagoda, West Lake, which was quite nice just to see on its own, because just a giant lake in the middle of the city, it just was nice for some reason. And I wanted to go to the train street, which I did mention on camera earlier, but that is blocked off now. And I know before I came I had read that it was, but I'd also heard conflicting stuff because I'd seen some articles that said it was now closed to tourists because of also the danger of tourists being reckless around trains. But I'd seen other articles that were posted like a week before I left that says, I went here last week and it was amazing. So I really wasn't sure because of conflicting information, but when I got there, there were 2 guards that stopped anyone from, other than residents, from going in. So sadly, all I got to see of the train street was the view from the road, but yeah, I still got to see it sort of, I guess. But it's a bummer I couldn't sit there and wait for a train, but oh well. I mean, I've got plenty more things to see on this trip, so I can't say I'm exactly missing out. I mean, again, it is a bummer, but it is what it is. And I mean, not tomorrow, but the day after, I'm leaving for Lanhar Bay, and honestly, I am really excited about that because I've seen pictures and it just looks so amazing, and because it's so remote, it's going to be so different to Hanoi. And don't get me wrong, I really love Hanoi, but it just feels so busy here that it can be a bit overwhelming if you're not prepared for it. But again, it's not a bad thing, just again, you need to know that Hanoi it feels busy almost everywhere. So but again, it's enjoyable, and you know, just walking around Hanoi and seeing just streets and people going about their business, and without, I mean, again, this skyline is another amazing thing to see. So yeah, it's really good here.